Good morning. Well, I know it's been a few days, but yesterday, as I was reading in 2 Kings, God showed me something, and I thought it was really interesting and that I should share it. So, in 2 Kings chapter 8, verse 16, I'll start with 16. It says, "And in the 5th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, Jehoshaphat being king of Judah, Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, began to reign." And I never can follow all of these Israel versus Judah versus who was the king, and there's always so many details, but I'll see if I can figure this out here. So, verse 17, 32 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. Verse 18, "And he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, as did the house of Ahab." And this is the part that really struck me. "For the daughter of Ahab was his wife, and he did evil in the sight of the Lord." Skip forward to verse 27. We're talking about another king. And it says, "And he walked in the ways of the house of Ahab, and he did evil in the sight of the Lord, as did the house of Ahab. For he was the son-in-law of the house of Ahab." And it really hit me when I read that. For the daughter of Ahab was his wife. I think a lot of times we, as especially Christian women, we look at our husbands and we go, you know what? They need to be the man of God they're supposed to be, whatever I am, whoever I am. And this is true in every way. This is true. We need to be who we are supposed to be, completely independent of who the people around us are. But I think part of the reason God put this in here, added this little detail, is because whether that needs to be the case or not, who we are affects the people around us. And my relationship with God or the devil or whatever it is going to affect my husband. And I can be a positive, upbuilding influence in his life, or I can be a negative, evil, pulling down influence in his life. And of course, you know this. We all know this in the abstract. But it was just really interesting to me that God thought it was important to add that detail, that the reason this, and he was a king of Judah. Like I said, it's a little hard to follow the sequence of who was who. But he was one of the kings of Judah. And in general, the kings of Judah walked in the ways of God. But he married the daughter of Ahab. And in spite of being the king of Judah, having a what you would call a godly Christian heritage, he ended up walking in the way of the devil and doing evil in the sight of God because of his wife, because he was married to the daughter of Ahab, who was evil and had been raised in the ways of evil. And yes, right can prevail, and God says ultimately it will prevail. But our influence as wives in our husbands' lives is so much bigger than we think it is, even in the little things, even in the things that we don't think matter. And so that was basically what I felt like God wanted me to share, that we have more influence and just everything in our husbands' lives than we think. And since little buddy over here is awake, I wanted you to see, this is James. Say hi. Can you say hi? He's the one over here banging on his crib, and he just woke up. He spent his first 20 months in the hospital, And God's worked a lot of miracles for this kid, and he's going to keep doing it. But he is exceeding all expectations of anybody and doing fabulous. So, you all have a fabulous day, and we'll see you soon.